I'm Andrew Heatwall from Valhalla Academy of Martial Arts in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And in one of the videos I showed before I took a little break from YouTube was a gift wrap sweep into mount, and now I'm going to show about 4 submissions from the gift wrap in mount position. So, lay down for me. So, we're going to be here in mount. And let's say I don't have the gift wrap yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab right underneath his elbow and just push his arm just enough to where I can get my body on this side of his elbow, and that can pin it to my chest. Now I reach underneath his head and grab his wrists, and now I figure 4 my arms. So I come through here and I grab my own wrist. Now I'm going to use that to pull him up onto his side, and then I slide up into S mount. Okay? So I'm right here where I'm sitting on him, and my leg's right in his armpit, and this leg's tucked tight to his head with my foot out. So that's a frame so he can't roll me over. Now what I'm going to do, the first one is like a primary. So I just bring my arm around, and then followed by my leg, and I just arm bar here. So I hip squeeze your knees together, pull your legs in, hip up, and pull down on the arm. You can also cross your feet when you arm bar and drive your leg down into his face and arm bar off your heels. Okay? So I'm here. Now let's say he knows about that arm bar and he's going to defend it. So a lot of times what he'll do is he'll put this hand right in front of his face. Okay? So he's waiting for my leg to come around his head so he can start stacking me up. So instead of doing that, I'm going to take this leg here and go into his thigh as I slide this leg underneath, and I use that to roll him. So I raise my knee, and that rolls him, and I hook my hook in, and it'll feed right into a choke almost immediately. All right, the next option is I'm going to keep his wrist with the arm that's around his head. This is going to come out, and I can just pin his arm to the floor. And that's easy to do because his arm is very weak in this position, and I'm basically bench pressing. Okay? Now I'm going to slide my leg through, grab my shin, and then triangle my legs. And just hip down and squeeze. Now if you don't have the flexibility to be able to just throw your leg over and easily like that, so come in, his elbows inside, you can always roll into that. So I just shoulder roll into that triangle choke. And then the last one is gi specific. So the other ones you can use in no gi. But for this one, I'm here in the gift wrap. I get him up to his side. I'm here in S mount position. And look, I'm going to take this hand and feed that gi right into his neck. And I grab it with that hand that's around his head. Then I just slide this leg underneath. And I cross my legs right in the shoulder, grabbing the pants, and hip in and pull that collar for the bow and arrow choke. Okay. So those are 4 options from the gift wrap and mount. Play around with those, and I hope you enjoy it.